How you doing, guys? Welcome back. It's LSP. It's currently the 6th of November 2021. I'm going to do a quick analysis update on Bitcoin. I've not spoken about Bitcoin for quite some time. It's been quite lethargic, so I've kind of waited before I've had an opportunity to sit down and talk about it. It's been quiet, effectively. We had some really nice movement on Bitcoin recently, and then obviously the last sort of 2-3 weeks has just been a bit muted while it just works off this area up here, but it's holding really, really well. So before I get into the analysis, as always, guys, these are my thoughts and opinions. Please make sure you do your own due diligence. I'm not licensed to give trade advice, and I certainly wouldn't want anybody to be getting, into trouble with any of their investments or trading decisions based on something that I'm saying. So please be careful. So on the weekly chart, it's a very quick reminder. We had a very nice drop. We're aware of this. A lot of us were talking about this during the time it was happening. We stabilized down here. We've since had a very nice move to the upside, going through the imbalance, rebalancing a little bit. Small pullback. This is the daily liquidity pool. It's responded beautifully from that, and then we had a really nice 3-week push towards all-time high, and then the 4th week straight through it. So now we're currently, sitting around about sort of 67,000 all-time high. And again, stabilized the last couple of weeks. So if we just drop down to the daily chart just to get a feel for what could potentially be coming next, I'll zoom out a little bit like this. So this was our previous all-time high, and this is the new all-time high, and you can see that we're spending quite a lot of time here. We rebalanced just there. It's slightly higher actually, but we rebalanced effectively on this candle, but we haven't really shown any indication that that Bitcoin wants to go lower, okay, which is great, right? This is exactly what we need, regardless of whatever we personally think of Bitcoin, whether you're for it, against it, whether you don't really care. The reality is Bitcoin does control a lot of the marketplace, and certainly a lot of the psychology, of investors in the marketplace. And as such, we have to respect it, and we have to respect that when it moves, generally everything else moves along with it, okay? So going forward, the structure of price is showing that, again, we're probably going to see more upside on Bitcoin. In terms of downside, and I'll do that first, whether I expect it or not, it doesn't matter, because as you guys know by now, I like to be mindful of what's there. So if it happens, it's not a surprise to me. I don't expect Bitcoin to come down, but if it did, we've already dipped into this daily liquidity pool here. So any run lower now is going to go below this low, and maybe start to push a little bit lower into this area over here. So we're talking around about sort of 54,000. It makes sense that that would be the place it would drive for if price starts to move lower. Is it a bad thing? No, of course not. I mean, we've got such a nice trending market now, and a very nice response on the weekly chart. The higher of the two time frames, obviously. So for me, the weekly is in control. This would just be a healthy pullback on Bitcoin, and I'm expecting 70 to 72,000, at some point in the near future, which is something that I've been talking about for quite some time. Ever since we started to move to the upside. That's the next place that I would expect Bitcoin to want to drive for, 70 to 72,000. Outside of that, we'd have to kind of revisit it when it happens, and kind of analyze and see what happens after the fact, right? But right now, that's the kind of target level for me, 70 to 72,000. In terms of breaking down the 4 hours, so we can kind of get a feel for the lower time frame confirmation. Again, you can see this is just a healthy consolidation price, dipped in just there, but it's not really showing any indication that it's ready to go yet. If we do get a sharp drop, like I said, be mindful that this is the area, 54,000 to around about 57,000, that sweet spot. But if it goes, it will dip below this low if it starts to aggressively move to the downside before resuming its upward momentum. I would expect 56 and below. So between 54,000 and 56,000, somewhere, that would be the general sweet spot for me if Bitcoin does start to, kind of bleed lower before resuming its upward momentum. So that's Bitcoin, guys. I'll do a separate CHSB video, which I'll probably get posted tomorrow, which is the 7th of November or the 8th of November on the Monday. Hope everyone's having a fantastic weekend, and I will speak to you guys very soon. All the best and take care.